Hey folks, how you doing? Uh, Happy May 8th, 2025. What's happening in the crypto markets? Well, I will gladly tell you. But first, I got to go say hi to someone special, if I can. Coda! Hey, yeah. So, I just love seeing big giant dogs that happen to be related to my big giant dog. Anyway, distraction there. But okay, so what did I want to talk to you guys about? Well, basically, if you look at the old Litecoin market, it is right now priced ridiculously low. And the only reason for that is because the eyes are not on it at the moment, right? The buyers are not buying it at the moment. And the reason for that is because of all of the hype around the world's most popular volatile crypto, Bitcoin. Everybody's buying crypto, everybody's buying Bitcoin, and for some reason people are buying ETH, and they're obviously buying up Solana and XRP and Cardano, because those are the five coins that have made it into the executive order of the National Strategic Digital Reserve and obviously the Bitcoin reserve, right? So that means those five crypto assets are going to get all the attention, and as befits the fact that they are included in the National Reserve, whether they are whether all of them are great assets or not. Personally, I'm not a fan of ETH, but I realize it is a significant crypto. Whether I like it or not, it doesn't really matter if I like it or not. And either it's going to do well, which it will probably do well at some point, or it will at some point maybe not make it past the next 5 or 10 years. We'll see. But given the amount of financial institutions that use it, that have developers working on things for it, given the number of companies that are using it, given the fact that it's being bought by huge whales, massive wallets, including the President of the United States, who has personally bought, I think, more than $100 million of ETH or something like that. A significant chunk of ETH that is owned by Trump's wallets. Given the fact that it's in the National Strategic Reserve, it's going to be a significant coin for the foreseeable future. As will Cardano, as will Solana, as will XRP, and of course Bitcoin. But what about Litecoin? Why didn't they include Litecoin? Well, Litecoin right now is worth, last I looked, about less than 1/1000th of the price of Bitcoin. I didn't look at the latest prices today in the last few hours, but Litecoin is, you can get more than 1,000 Litecoin for one Bitcoin right now. There's only 4 times as many Litecoins as there are Bitcoins. Right? I'll say that again. The price of Litecoin is so low that you can get more than 1,000 of them for the price of one Bitcoin. And there are only 4 times as many of them as there are Bitcoin. And what is the difference technologically between Bitcoin and Litecoin? Basically, there is none. Litecoin is a Bitcoin fork. And if anything, the tech that gets rolled out across the BTC chain happens first on Litecoin. Why? Because it was invented as the developer sort of test net, right? It was the place, it was the chain created to test out all the upgrades that would be done on Bitcoin. So everything that could be done on Bitcoin can be done on Litecoin, and most of those things, if not all of them, were tested first on Litecoin to make sure that it was a stable change, upgrade, whatever, and that way it wouldn't impair the Bitcoin network because, God forbid, that network would get messed up. You don't want that to be damaged, so you have a test network where you can run these little tests and make sure that everything's working fine and see whether or not everything is okay to upgrade it. And if it is, then you can see whether or not it's safe to upgrade the Bitcoin network. That's one of the key things about Litecoin is it's, it has all the same tech as Bitcoin. There's just 4 times as many max supply. There's 21 million maximum Bitcoin. There's 84 million maximum Litecoin. Just 4x. And yet the price is less than 1/1000th of a Bitcoin. 1/1000th of a Bitcoin. Now, if this was a rational market, which obviously it isn't, the price of Bitcoin, given the price of Bitcoin is like 99,000 right now, almost 100,000. So Litecoin should be somewhere between 24 and 25,000 right now. But it's not a rational market, it's a completely random market, which is why it makes every bit of sense in the world that you don't have a logical price on Litecoin, and why it is extremely undervalued. Again, price of Litecoin, if it were proportional to Bitcoin, given it has the same technology, by and large the same distribution in terms of miners, right? Pretty much the same miners that mine Bitcoin, they all mine Litecoin because why not? And when it's so cheap, and you realize that the price of it is probably going to go up, like, why would you not mine it, right? If you're a miner running a Bitcoin mining rig, why would you not mine Litecoin with one of your rigs? It doesn't make any sense, right? So most of them do. And the fact is, they know that their Litecoin is definitely more valuable than the current market rate. And that's why they hold on to a lot of it. And that's why most of the Litecoin that's in circulation or that has been mined is held by retail wallets. It's not held by whales who have more than 1,000 Litecoin, or more than 1,000 Bitcoin or whatever. It's held by regular retail traders, regular retail holders. Now, you are seeing more and more big companies or companies with substantial crypto holdings like Grayscale buying bigger amounts of Litecoin. And I've been telling you guys that for almost a year now. In fact, for more than for years and years. But I've been aggressively telling you that since the past year, pretty much, that we are seeing Litecoin get the attention of big whales, and that they're going to increasingly have a bigger share of it. And that's exactly what's happening. But still, the majority of it is still held by retail. And that is something you can expect not to last very long, especially given the amount of purchasing of Bitcoin that is happening and the fact that there's very little Bitcoin left for anyone to buy. What do you think is going to happen when all the Bitcoin's bought up? People are going to look for an alternative. They're going to look for the secondary version of it, the second best thing. Well, because you can make the argument that it'll be one of those other coins in the National Reserve. You could say, well, they'll just buy up Sol or ETH or XRP or Cardano. Yeah, maybe. I'm sure they will. But if there's no Bitcoin and people want something like Bitcoin, what's the next best thing to Bitcoin itself? It's Litecoin. So, that said, keep your eye on the prize. Don't fade Litecoin. Yeah, Bitcoin is the gorilla and, the mother of all coins in that sense. But Litecoin is very much poised to be a big kahuna, whether you like it or not. So I'm just giving you heads up on that. And that's going to do for now. Talk to you guys later. Cheers.